This is the IXlab Research Podcast. Research Podcast. Research Podcast.
Ever get that totally overwhelmed feeling when you're on a website?
Oh, yeah.
Like, where do I even click? Where's the thing I need?
Too many buttons, too much text, like a sensory overload almost.
Exactly. And I bet there's a whole science to how our brains react to that stuff.
Well, there is, and that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Oh, cool.
This lab at UT Austin, the IXlab.
IXlab.
Yeah, they're doing some really wild research on how we, like humans, interact with information and tech.
Sign me up. So what kind of stuff are they looking at?
Basically, they're trying to understand how we think and feel when we use technology.
Okay.
Things like how we search for information, how we decide what's relevant, even how our brains handle feeling overloaded.
So they're figuring out why that website makes me want to scream.
Exactly. And then they use that knowledge to help companies design better websites, apps.
Oh, so they're making tech less frustrating. I like it.
Pretty much, but they're not just using surveys and stuff.
No. What else would they use?
They're bringing in neuroscience and cognitive science. It's like they're hacking into our brains to figure out what makes us tick.
Oh, hold up. Neuroscience. Are they putting people in those big brain scanners?
Well, they do use brain imaging sometimes.
Whoa.
But they also use these other tools like, eye tracking.
Eye tracking? What's that?
They basically track where your eyes move on a screen.
Right.
It tells them what catches your attention, what you ignore.
Interesting. So it's like they know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, basically. They can even tell when you're confused just by looking at your face.
No way. They can read my mind through my face?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy,
Ooh.
but also kind of cool. So, okay, what about the brain stuff?
So they use sensors to measure things like brain waves, heart rate, stuff like that, all to see how our bodies react to technology. Like if a website's stressing you out, your heart rate might go up.
That makes sense. Websites can be stressful.
Right. So they can literally measure that. And then they can use that to design tech that's better for us.
I never thought about it that way. So it's not just about making things easy to use.
Right.
It's also about making them good for our mental health.
Exactly. And this research isn't just helpful for making websites less annoying.
What else can they do with it?
Oh, all sorts of things. Like in healthcare, they can use it to design systems that help people understand their medical information better.
Makes sense.
Or in education, they can figure out how to make learning more engaging.
Oh, so my kids might actually pay attention in class. That's a miracle.
Well, maybe. The point is, this research can help us use technology in a way that's actually beneficial.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So this IXlab, are they the only ones doing this kind of stuff?
There are other labs out there doing similar work, but the IXlab is definitely one of the leaders in this field. They're doing some really cutting-edge stuff, and one of their big focuses right now is on AI. All this buzz about large language models and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about those. That's like ChatGPT and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the IXlab is trying to figure out how these AI systems can be used to make information easier to find and understand.
So maybe AI can finally help me find what I'm looking for on those super confusing websites.
Maybe. They're also looking at how AI can help us design better products and services.
That's pretty cool. Sounds like they're doing some really important work.
Yeah, they really are.
So I have to ask,
Yeah.
if they could design the perfect website, what would it look like?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think it would be something so simple and intuitive that you wouldn't even have to think about how to use it.
Like it would just read your mind.
Almost. It
Yeah.
would just know what you needed and present it to you in a clear, concise way. And it would be visually appealing, too.
No flashing ads.
Definitely no flashing ads.
Music to my ears.
But really, I think the perfect website would be one that's tailored to each individual user.
Oh, personalized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it would take into account your preferences, your learning style, all of that.
That's a cool idea. So basically technology that works with us, not against us.
Exactly. And that's the ultimate goal of all this research, right? Makes you think.
It really does.
Well, this has been a fascinating dive into the world of the IXlab.
It has.
And a big thanks to you for joining us and sharing your insights.
Of course, glad to be here.
For our listeners, if you're curious to learn more, definitely check out the IXlab's website.
They've got tons of cool stuff on there.
Articles, videos, you name it.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe you'll be inspired to design the next big breakthrough in human technology interaction.
There you go.
That's it for our
The IXlab Research Podcast.
Until next time.
See ya.